Hey everybody. I am here to tell you about my experience in playing the guitar. I might be a little bit awkward, but that's okay because it's fine. Okay, so for this project, I decided to see if playing the guitar would help me manage my stress because I am constantly stressed out with school and with sorority stuff, just like all the extracurriculars I'm in and all that stuff. I just could not find an outlet to get all this stress out. I would sleep or I would listen to music because I love music, so obviously. And so then I thought maybe guitar could help me because one of my best friends here actually is incredible at the guitar, incredible at all instruments basically. And so he uses that as an outlet for him when he's stressed out. And I was like, hey, maybe that might help me. And it was funny because honestly I was just gonna start to play. But then Miss McCain she assigned this project to make your life more deliberate. And I was like, that is a really good opportunity for me to do that. So here I am. And the reason I so big backstory, the reason that I was super stressed out and everything, I had a really hard transition into Belmont because I'm about an hour outside Chicago, so about 9 hours away. And it was actually a pretty hard transition. I'm a pretty outgoing person and I love talking with people. I love it. But just being away from my family and being away from everything that I called home was a very hard transition for me. And I didn't think it would be, but here I am. It was hard, but it's okay because I'm still here, so that's okay. And so I don't know why, but I knew that Belmont was a huge music school, and I have sang literally my entire life. I've been singing since I was in 6th grade and doing voice lessons, so music has always been a part of my life. But when I first got here, I don't know why, but I guess I was hanging out with the wrong people because I was not finding that music aspect that everybody talked about. They were like, oh my gosh, you can just find music anywhere you go. And I was like, yeah, I see people playing, but I don't know any of them and I don't talk to them, so how am I going to incorporate music into my life? And then it was 2 weeks after school started, and I saw a bunch of people playing in a gazebo, just jamming out, and I knew a couple of them, so I was like, hey, I'm gonna go over there and see what they're doing. And so then I ended up hanging out with them all night, and it was just such a fun thing, and that really transferred me into saying oh my gosh, this place is so cool. And actually the dude that I was talking about earlier that is really good at all the instruments was in that gazebo that night, and I met him that night, and now he's one of my absolute best friends here. His name is Gray. And so then we became really close, and then I kind of told him my story and what was going on, and he was like, yeah, I feel like everybody has that transition period. And I was like, yeah. And so then I started hanging out with him more, and he was introducing me to all of these new styles of music and all of these new things in music that I've never really heard about before. And so that was really exciting for me because that was something that I was craving in my life to have. And I didn't really realize that at the time that I needed music, but I seriously needed music so much. It was so important to me. But then, so I told Gray about the assignment that we were assigned, and he was like, I'd love to teach you because broke college kids can't pay for guitar lessons. So I started taking lessons with Gray, and so much fun. Seriously, it was a lot harder than I expected it to be though, because I thought I was going to be able to just play it. It was going to be fine. But as it got going, it was a lot harder than I expected. But overall, it was a really great thing. So I just began to play. We would have lessons once or twice a week, and he would teach me different chords, and my calluses on my fingers were starting to form, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is really hard. So at some points it was kind of giving me more stress than it was taking my stress away. But but then I kept playing, and it was it wasn't the guitar that was and then overall, after all of the lessons had happened and after all of that, I learned that it wasn't the guitar that was taking my stress away, it was music in general, which was something that was huge. And to have a huge stress taken off of your life is huge. And then learning about how much I needed and loved music, that made me want to switch my major. And so then I decided to audition for the music school to be in music therapy, and now I am officially enrolled as a music student in the School of Music for music therapy. So overall, this entire process of learning to play the guitar has really taught me that I need music in my life, and like to follow the passions that you really want to, because it doesn't matter what anybody else wants, it's what you want to do. And so yeah, instead of guitar teaching me to take my stress away, it taught me that so much more. It seriously taught me so much more, that I just need to have music in my life, and that music benefits me in so many ways. And I'm so thankful that I was taught this, because it honestly changed my entire life, like my entire life, because now I'm like a completely different major and a completely different everything. So yeah, guitar is great. I play a little bit now, but I'm still going to continue to learn in the future. But for now, the realization that happened through learning to play the guitar was just that I needed music, and now I'm in it. So yeah, that's my story. Thanks.
And then E minor. And remember on E minor, you actually play that string. Because if you play a C with the E string, it sounds janky. So don't do that.
Okay, wait. So if I play. But you don't really care for music, do ya? But it goes like this, don't forget.